Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and today we are on the first of our November journal monthly videos. Now, I'm not going to call this a Christmas journal. I'm going to call it a winter journal, and the reason is because this paper set that I'm using, to me, is as much winter as it is Christmas. Now, you can call it Christmas if you feel it's more Christmas than winter. Excuse my scribble on there. But I'm going to call it a winter journal, and I have actually printed on the other side as well. Now, I went for this kit for two reasons. One, these are all watercolours by a lady on Etsy called Watercolour Lily. I'll say it again in case you didn't hear because of Boo's barking. Watercolour Lily. And this kit is 170 Christmas background bundle. Okay. She's called it Christmas. I suppose it is Christmas, actually. Perhaps I'll take that back. Perhaps it's not winter. But I just think they're absolutely gorgeous, and they've got a much more sort of natural vintage feel to them than, you know, the normal red and green type thing. So this is obviously not 170 pages. This is just a few of them. So I'm working with them. I did a page where I printed 4 to a page for some journal cards. There's some here that I've already cut down the middle. I must confess that I have already done some prep work on this, because this is quite a big journal and we've only got 4 weeks. I haven't done the backs of these to get it done in. Okay, so I've done some prep work. I've also got these Christmas words from Pink Monarch Prints. Okay, and she's obviously on Etsy as well. I've got a huge variety of coffee dyed papers, envelopes, graph paper, music paper, just a big collection there to make our journal. And I'm using a Manilla file folder. Now, I'm fully aware that a lot of you don't have these. They're very hard to get hold of in the UK. I'm lucky that I've still got a few from a box that I bought a few years ago, but it wasn't cheap and it took forever to get here. So if you don't have one of these, you could use one of these ones that we get in the UK. You know, these sort of blue and green ones. You could definitely use one of those. And if you haven't got one of those, you could definitely use an A4 envelope, because what I am going to be doing is folding this piece almost all the way back to there, turning it over and folding this piece all the way back. So what we are basically going to have is a small signature there, a small signature there, and then a big signature in the middle. So it's a tall, thin journal. So this one you could very easily fold in half, like so, and that would give you a taller one. So you could snip it off if you didn't want it that tall. And if you had 2 of these, excuse me, and you joint them with a hinge, you would have the same openings that I've got. So it is easily achievable without the file folder. You obviously don't need to have these paper kits. You can use any papers you like. The only reason I tell you where I got them from is in case you do want to get hold of them. It's not paid promotion, it's just something that I think is worth sharing. I'm also going to be using, finally, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, this wonderful fabric pack that I got from, I can never remember, Betty and Ivy. And you'll see now, looking at this, how I wanted these blues and browns and greys, because it's not, you know, green and red. Look, there is some red in it. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Let's get started. I think I've done enough talking. Now, this is only cardboard, so I want to strengthen these up before we stitch our pages in, and that's where I'm going to look at what fabrics I've got here. And the biggest piece I've got is this one here, so I'm definitely going to get 2 out of that. And then I'm going to, because this is for slow stitching, they're all small pieces, so I might, look at this, just look at this, oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry, so I might have to look for a piece that I've got that will go down the middle, but that's when we sew in and we've done our covers. So I'm going to move all this fabric out of the way because we don't need that at the moment. So basically what you're going to need is a file folder or a large envelope, or 2 large envelopes depending if you want the signatures, a paper pack of some sort, and then some ways to embellish. Okay, so let's look at this now. 1, 2, 3, 4 pages and a cover. Okay, so that'll be the cover of the signature. We've then got a pull out writing page. This is just some cream watercolour paper that I had in case somebody wants to draw or sketch. This is graph paper, and then this is just plain coffee dyed paper. And that is going to make signature number 1. Okay. And then signature number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the other small one. I've got an envelope, so let's put our cover on first. So I've got my cover, and then I've got an envelope, watercolour, music paper, coffee dyed paper. So again, it's just the 5 pages, and that goes in the back fold. Okay, and then the big one in the centre basically uses the rest of these pages. So I've got pull out, I've got an envelope, pull out writing, envelope, coffee dyed paper, music paper, and one of those watercolour ones. Fold all that in half, and then I'm going to use the snowman for the front of that one. And then I've got 4 more, so I'm going to come round that and round the envelope, and then I'm going to put this one in there, and then 1, 2, this one in there, and this one I'm going to put in the centre, snowman and snowman. So then we'll see both of those in there, and that will be my bigger signature that goes, put that one in the wrong place, haven't I? That one actually goes in there like that, and then this is the big one that goes in the middle. Okay, so we've got 3 signatures. We've got a small one in there, a big one in there, and then a small one in there. Okay, so I've cut a number of these pages in half, and I'm going to set about decorating the cover. So make sure they don't all fall out and start getting in the way and getting damaged. I'm going to take the 3 signatures out, and I'm going to look at these pieces here, and on my messy mat I'm going to start to decorate this. So do I want that lovely winter tree on the front? It's quite nice and plain, isn't it? We could easily get something on it. Or do I go for the deer, and then we could have something up here maybe? I'm going to go for this one, I think. Now, as you can see, it's slightly too wide and slightly too tall. So I'm going to turn it around this way, and I'm going to trim off a little bit. Like that. And I'm going to trim quite a bit off the top. Like that. Okay. And then that is going to sit on there. You can see, look, there's the edge. We've got a little bit of a border going round. So let's get him stuck down, nice and easy, no messing. And let's get this book started. So how are you all? It's nearly here now, isn't it? You know, I mean, we're on, what are we on? The 3rd, is it? The 3rd of November. And this will be the last one of the journal monthlies for 2023. I'm not sure if I'm going to carry it on for 2024, or if we'll go back to doing a weekly individual thing like I did last year when I did the postcards home. Actually, at the point, you could let me know in the comments how you feel about that. If you'd like to carry on with this and do a journal monthly, so it will be working, you know, through the month on the one project, or if you'd like to do a smaller, simple project each week. Okay, so there's our front cover. So I think our tree is going to be the back cover. Now this one is quite a lot narrower, so again we're going to need to trim that off. So yeah, let me know what you'd like to do for 2024. Now I won't be doing these types of things in December. December's going to be very busy. I will be following December. Now that is a daily project, and I will be doing it on camera for the weekdays. Need to trim a little bit more of that. So Monday to Friday I will be doing December, but I have been very lucky to be in receipt, or well, yeah, I've got them already actually, of 2 crafting advent calendars. Right, we just need another smidge. Can you see how that's just on that corner? So I'm just going to take another tiny piece and some more height. To be in receipt of 2 advent calendars. So I will be opening and using them to do something at the weekends. So basically, one advent calendar is stitch orientated and it's a daily advent calendar. The other one is from Pretty Little Stitches, and it is stitching again, but it's a weekly project. So you do, you know, one project a week during the month. There we go, we finally got that right. So the daily one I will be opening every day, and I will be setting them aside so that on the Saturday we can do a project with them, because then I'll have like a week's worth rather than just one every day. And then on the Sunday, because Roxy's journal stitchery will be over by then, she'll probably have started to make new, I don't know. On the Sunday I'll be doing the other project that's the weekly one. So I'll open it and start it with you on the Sunday, and then I will, have I got that straight? No. And then I will be working on it during the week. Okay, so there's our front, there's our back. We've got some extra glue there, but obviously I'm going to do more decoration. Now we want to do these two. I could use this one and just do those two like that. Actually, let's stay on the same side and let's put that one. No, I don't like those colours in there, to be honest. Now look, you can put the other half, well, it's not the other half really, is it? But we can put that one on there, and maybe we can put, or do we do it the other way around? Now I'm going to put that one there, and I'm going to put that one there. I think they sit well together. So I'm going to cut them together to make sure that we get the same amount off. So a little bit off the top. So yeah, December's going to be really busy with the Advents and the December, which is why you know, this will be the last journal monthly. There won't be one in December. And then January we'll start a whole new sort of regime, and this is where I'm wondering whether we do the, oh, that's not bad, look, a little tiny bit off there. This is where I'm wondering, do you want to keep the journal monthlies for 2024, or would you like, I don't quite know what we do. I mean, we did postcards home last year. We did a journal from start to finish, 52 weeks of journaling the year before. Or would you actually like to do something each month which would be building a journal for 2025? Now there's a thought. I tell you what, those of you that are going to be following along and crafting with me, you have a little think and let me know what you would like to do in 2024. I mean, we could do 52 tags. We could do a tag a week, and like the postcard home, we could have them in a box with a, you know, a memory of the week on. Or we could do the journal monthly again, or continued, or we could be building through the year a new journal for next year, you know, the year after. Let me know what you think, because I know there are 4 of you that craft along, because you share the pictures of what you've been doing. So it's up to you. There may be more people wanting to join in this time that haven't joined in for whatever reason in the past. That's absolutely fine. Let me know. Right, so I've chatted about all of that because this is very boring. I'm just literally stitching down papers to act as a background and also to strengthen up our card, because more paper, more glue makes it that little bit stronger. Okay. Try and get it in the middle, because obviously we're going to have fabrics. Okay, so then if I pull it all the way out, that's what it looks like at the moment. So then we'll turn it over. This one I definitely want to put in the middle, and then I think this one can go there, and that one can go there. So they're like framing this one, but we need to cut it down the middle because obviously we are not we need the space that we've got on the others. Okay. Oh, we need height, don't we? What I'm going to do, because I don't think any of the pictures, see, that goes to the bottom. Right, so I'm going to take it off the top. And we are basically going to take off about that much. And I'm not giving you measurements for these because depending on what file folder or envelopes you're using will vary, obviously, your heights. Now this one is the thin edge again, so we need to take a bit off of that. So I'm going to go for there. Sad because we lose a lot of that picture, but we still got our trees in the snow. So that's that one, that's perfect. And then that one sits on there almost perfect. I'm going to take a little bit off that one. So yeah, anyway, enough of forward planning and taxing our brains. How are you? What have you been up to? So let's glue this one. Now I did print on the back of these, but obviously it is what it is. I obviously printed the same page twice or something, which is why I decided to put it on the cover. You can see I've scribbled cover on it. I've had these actually printed for some time, and it's been every bit of power in my body not to get going on it and to save it for you guys, because I really did want to get started, especially when that fabric arrived. I was like, oh, oh, oh. Okay, so let's find fold, that helps. What's that one? And then this one is going on this side. I just love these paintings. This lady has got a multitude of fantastic kits on her site. I was looking the other day, if anyone's into teddy bears, she's got some awesome teddy bear characters. And they're all painted by her. They're all watercolours that she then scans and makes into kits. So, right, make sure we put it in the right way round. We don't want it upside down. And I am going to have to trim it slightly there, but I can do that in a minute. That's not a problem. So it's because of this narrow section of the file folder. I've probably got my head in the camera now, haven't you? Okay, and then just take my scissors, which you know is always going to be a disaster. There we go. Okay, so now our middle ones. Oh, that was supposed to be the middle ones, wasn't it? Oh, well, I've trimmed it now. Oh, I bet you were all shouting at me, weren't you? Oh, well, it's too late now. We'll have to have the picture framing these. Oh, poop! It's because I'm talking, you see. I'm thinking about what we're doing next year. And I'm not concentrating. Oh, well. It doesn't really matter. I just thought it would be nice if they... these were framing those two pictures. Oh well. It's done now. No good crying over spilt milk, as my nan would say. Just get a mop and clean it up. So, talking of spilt milk, have you seen the state of the weather? I mean, I must admit, whilst it's hammering down with rain, I don't know about this storm that everybody's on about. We certainly haven't had it here. We've had heavy rain, but we haven't had a storm, that's for sure. In fact, I've been out this morning and got food shopping. And while I was out, the sun came out. Totally stopped raining and the sun came out. And I took my coat off and I came home all hot and bothered. So, I don't know what's going on. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. That one's on there. Little bit of glue there. But I bought glue rubber the other day, so I'm not overly worried about that. Right. So this is our last one. And of course now these are down, because these have to go down before anything else. Now we can put our fabrics on. So I'll put the dark blue one down the centre, and you will probably find it easiest to do it on the valley fold. So this is the valley fold, yeah, and this is the mountain fold. You'll find it easier to pull it down there than you will to pull it over there. Ask me how I know, ha. So, this is now going on here. There's a little bit there that I've obviously not got any glue on. That's better. Okay, so that one looks like that, and now it's already very, very much stronger than it was. So I'll go back to my fabric. This bit of blue, it's got a little bit of stretch in it, it's lovely. And that's just going to go down the middle there. It is a nice straight line. I think it's been cut on a rotary, or with a rotary. Now, this is not going to tear, I don't think. Oh! No, it's not, because look how it's torn off pieced. Although, do you know what? Bearing in mind the whole reason we're putting it there is to strengthen that spine. It doesn't really need to be any bigger, and I quite like that. Do you know what? Take the happy accident and work with it. That's my philosophy. So, I'm going to glue this is fabric glue I'm using now, rather than the Elmer's, and just put my fabric glue all the way up there. I'm going to use my spreader to make sure we don't get wet bobbles or anything. All the way like that. And then I'm taking this bit of fabric. Let's get rid of its strings. And I'm going to put it up a bit so the fray's sticking off. And I'm coming right down that seam there. I'm going to trim it off at the bottom. Right, then there is no glue at the bottom there. So before I continue trimming it, let's put a bit more glue. And obviously I only glued through the centre. So at the top, where it's wider, we need, look, to add some to the sides. So, finish trimming this off, like that. Give that a chance to start taking hold. And then if you lift this side up, you can go down there. Like that. Turn it round. We'll offer the same this side. Now spread that out. And now that's going to stick down. And actually, because it ended up being triangular, of course we don't lose our house or too much of that picture. Okay, flip it over. I don't know if I want to try this again because I wonder if it'll go too thin. Oh, let's try it. Yeah, you see it's gone the other way. It's interesting. So it's gone on a triangle again. Right, remember we're doing the valleys. So I'm doing this one and this one. This one's been done on the other side. You don't need to do both sides. If you want to, aesthetically, then there's no reason you can't. I'm going to actually snip it this time and see if that'll... No, it's not going to tear that way. So we're just going to pull some threads out to make it tatty, like that. Okay, exactly the same thing again. need to fill these glue balls up, don't I? So, glue. I hope I'm not off camera because I'm aware I've dragged it over this side. Right, come over there just in case. So I'm just adding glue down here again, trying to do it less wide as I go down to the bottom because obviously it's much wider at the top. Lay that on in exactly the same way as we just did. And obviously we need to stretch, yeah, so really need some glue in here. That's going to be my next job, isn't it? As soon as I turn off the camera. And then I need a little bit extra down there. So just, there you go. That's that one. And then obviously, again, we're doing the valley. So we're doing this one. Now, I didn't think I was going to have enough of this, did I? I thought I was going to have to find another fabric. Oh, no, that one's gone straight. That's interesting. The journal gods are messing with us, aren't they? Right, that one's going to go down there. But you know what? I love these quirky things. Love it when things like this happen. You know, I mean, it's a junk journal. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be well made, obviously, but it's not supposed to be perfect. And these little quirky things that happen, they really please me. So, we've covered, this is the top, okay. We've covered our oh no, right, we've covered our journal, not journal, our file folder. Well, we folded it, we've covered it, and now we're putting our fabric spining forces in because it is only cardboard. We want to make sure it's nice and strong. It's going to be open and shut hopefully lots and lots of times, and we want it to stand up to the use it's going to get. There you go. So that is our cover basically done. I mean, there is obviously some decorating to do. Okay, so it goes that way, and then it goes that way, and then it goes that way. This is my front. You could have this one as your front and open that way. It's entirely up to you. Here is my big signature with a snowman. That's going in that centre one there. This is one of my small ones. I'm going to put the house one, I think, in there. One of my small ones going in there. And then my last small one in the back. There you go. And already you can see she's going to be nice and chunky. So we had, I shouldn't really have folded that, should I? I should have let the glue dry. Whoops. Yeah, should have let the glue dry, Claire. I I'll re-glue that. So we had a design page and 1, 2, 3 and an envelope. So basically 5 pieces in the small ones, and then in the big one we had the pretty design paper, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normal papers, and then 1, 2, 3 of the design papers. Okay, and the back one is exactly the same. So I'm going to leave you there for now. You can get yourself caught up, ready for next week, and we'll carry on and do a bit more. As always, I give you a huge thank you for joining me today. I hope you found joy and inspiration. Stay safe. I'll be back soon. Ta-ta for now.